a while since we've done it. God's not dead. All of you should know it. If you don't, I invite you to attend with us today. We need a lot of energy from y'all, so feel free to clap your hands, jump down, crazy, whatever you need to do to help us get through this song and just have fun with it.
Lifespring. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. It's beautiful outside, isn't it? If you're new to here, could you fill out one of these cards? There's a first-time guest frame up there on the wall. Get a free gift, and we would love to hear from you. Everybody, shake a hand and hug a neck.
How are you doing? Can you mute the computer? Can you mute it? Oh, it puts a hum in the monitor for some reason when it's unmuted.
Yeah, you know that computer, when they had it work on it, quit doing
It had
that.
quit and then it started
But it
again.
started early.
Hey, Delbert, how are you?
Ronnie, howdy. I see you made it through. Oh, yeah. Pretty serious, was it? Well, it wasn't very
Delbert, it's good to see you, man. You doing well? I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Good to see you.
I had a fluid build up. I'd been actually, my legs had swelled some. I'd took on a side job to do a shop for a guy. And I actually thought I'd just, you know, it swelled up because I was working.
You doing?
Coffee? Not much. Coffee is a diuretic. Yeah. I drink coffee. I was getting that same problem with my ankle. Yeah. The right leg, the left one is bad. Coffee is a diuretic. Get up and drink a cup of coffee. Okay. I drink about 1 cup of coffee every day. Keeps my fluid. Okay.
If everybody wants to go ahead and make your way back to your seats, for some announcements.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Give me a microphone, sweetie. Announcements coming up. We've got Ladies of Lifespring and Man Up. Ladies, first Sunday of every month. Guys, say again. Did I say Sunday?
Come to this church every Sunday of the month.
Come to this church every Sunday. That's right. But Ladies of Lifespring, first Monday of the month, May 1st. Ladies, be here at 6:30. Fellas, that's going to be the third Monday of the month, May 15th. No Mo School Bash. Did I say it right that time?
Yes.
Not no more. June 4th, out at church property on Bible Church Road at noon. There will be lunch as long as everybody brings food. Kids Camp, 2nd to 6th grade, is going to be June 9th through the 12th. If you're interested, please see Pastor Nate for more details. Nate, is there anything else?
Man, he did a good
That's
job.
it.
So several months ago, my sister got to come in town for a service, and I was like, hey, give me some feedback, what'd you think? And she said, you're up in front talking too much. So I was like, all right, so I am so glad for volunteers that will step up and do things and make it where I don't have to as much. But I'm going to go ahead and pray, and we're going to pass around our baskets for our tithes and offerings. And we just want to thank everybody for bearing elements, for being here this morning. We're going to wrap up our series of Family Matters, and we're just excited for what God is doing. And so let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer, and then we'll pass those baskets and continue to worship. Father God, we just love you, and we do thank you so much for just all you've done and for bringing us all in this place together, God. I just ask that you bless these tithes and bless these offerings that we're about to receive. God, I know for me personally, for my family, for this church, when we're faithful to your word and we do things your way, God, that you just have so much in store for us, so much that we can't even imagine. And God, as we take an opportunity to be faithful to you and to give of our finances, God, as we give our time, our energy, God, it's all yours. Thank you for blessing us with it, Lord. And I just ask that you take these offerings and these tithes and just further your kingdom and continue to equip us to be your hands and feet. And everybody that's ready to receive a word from you this morning said, Amen. Amen.
the chance to come and sing and just reflect on how beautiful and powerful your name is and what you've done for us on the cross and that you've saved us from the separation from you. I thank you that we can come and worship and that we get the chance to learn about what you have to teach us in your word. I pray for Nate as he comes up and brings us what we have in our final lesson about family today. I pray that as we learn what it means to connect, that you would help us not only to connect with you, but to other people in our family and in the church and even strangers that we meet, and we would have a connection that is built upon your love and faith in you. I thank you and I praise you for all that you are, and we love you. In your name, amen.
Amen. Oh my gosh. Kobe, you cannot come up and hug me in the middle of prayer. Have me cry like a baby, man. That was awesome. Let's say bye to our kids. Come on. Come on, hug me. Peace out. Have a good time. Wow. It's really hard for me to segue from that last song we did because I just want to say what a beautiful everything it is, man. Like, that was just awesome. And again, rain or shine, God is here, right? We're going to continue to just worship Him and hear from Him. And today does wrap up our series, man. And I've got to tell you, and I mean this from the very bottom of my heart, this series, since I've started September and even doing different sermons and stuff in the past 7-8 years here, this series has been the most honoring and humbling to be able to share with everyone because of just how much family means, man. Family, again, whatever that looks like in your own situation, whatever that looks like in your own household, in your neighborhood, in your church, family matters, amen? And so God cares about you. He cares about your family. He cares about your community. And He wants us to be used to go and to further His and to do what He's called us to do. And so this is the last week of the series. Next week, man, you're going to get to hear from a smoking hot special guest speaker. That's what Chris told me anyways, because Brother Chuck is going to be here sharing. I'm not having her do the intro anymore. But Brother Chuck's going to share with you guys. We kind of have a deal on the 5th Sunday of the month, and it's going to be awesome. But today, we're going to wrap up. Family's still important after today, okay? But this ends our series of Family Matters. And so I like on the last Sunday of that to kind of recap, to kind of review a little bit of what we've been sharing and what we've been doing. Just by raising hands or has Family Matters series, has it changed anything for you, man? I know it has for me. God has been doing some things and opening my eyes to areas of family and how to be the man that He's called me to be through this series. And so when you talk about Family Matters, of course Steve Urkel has popped up every once in a while in the course of our sermon and in the course of this series. And so we got to ask the question again, man, as we recap. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, did I do that? Okay? And I hope the answer for you is yes. But when it comes to the very first week of Growing Gods, everybody ask the question. 1, 2, 3. Did I do that? Did you tell me again? Did you? Did you guys? Have you taken the challenge of furthering God's kingdom, of growing God's kingdom, of growing His family? What's so cool about His Word is, as amazing as our own family is, as amazing as each other is, as amazing as much as we love our young ones or our friends and ones, whoever, the most important family we can ever join to be a part of, the best family we can ever join to be a part of is God's family. And I tell you what, if you've never received Him, you always have that opportunity. You want to make sure that you make the best decision of your life and ask Him into your heart. To this day, if I remember a moment, it must have been huge because of my memory, but when I was 15 years old, joining God's family and taking on that calling to further His kingdom. What's interesting in my story is, this is what I want to encourage all of us, is I accepted Christ at 15 and accepted the calling to further His kingdom at 15, but it wasn't until 16, 17 that I felt called to the ministry. So what does that tell you, man? You don't have to be called to be a pastor to be called to further His kingdom. We're all called to do that. And so I hope that we have been growing God's family. And I hope the answer to doing that is yes. The week after that, man, you talk about humbling. To be able to share with you some different deep things that I just have seen along the way, learned along the way. I'm still learning along the way as far as strengthening your own family, strengthening your own structure, whatever's around you, whoever that family is, and how to do that. So I hope that if we ask ourselves, did I do that? Am I strengthening my family? Am I being the individual that God has called me to be in order to help my family be the family that God has called me to be and in doing my part? Then last Sunday, whoo baby, what a day of Easter Sunday to focus on sacrifice, man. Even this last week, thinking more about the sermon and thinking about the sacrificing for family, nothing still compares to that sacrifice that God made for us by sending His Son. And what an exciting Sunday last week. Man, if you were out of town, I hope you had a great week. But I tell you what, for those of us that were here, there was a buzz, right? It wasn't from the sound system. That was just really, really awesome. And it wasn't from communion either. So what we did... Yeah, okay, all right. But just hit some of you. Some of you are like, no, don't do that. Grace is homesick, so Hope's not here, so I can say any jokes I want. All right, so here we go. But what an awesome week last week to focus on that. And I gotta share with the whole church. A lot of you have been texting me and asking me. We put out a challenge, right, for Project 100. I Googled this, and I think I'm the only pastor of a 65-person church that challenged 100 people, okay? Because that's just like crazy, right? Well, I got to tell you, our attendance from Heritage, from Current to the children was 95 people. All right, 95. That's pretty awesome. And as we talk about family, and some of you are thinking, oh man, Miss Margaret Baby, oh, sweetest old lady in the whole wide world. Don't tell my grandma said that, but she is the sweetest old lady I've ever seen my whole life. And she came up to me today and said, "What? It was 95?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, maybe 5 women were pregnant and we hit 100." I was like, maybe, or just Melissa Boone, either way. No? Okay. Oh man. It's been real. I've been loving being y'all's pastor, man. You'll have a good rest. But here's the thing. How cool is that? And just kids and family and what it means. I got to talk a little bit more about that. Out of those 95, I like digging into the numbers a little bit, kind of seeing the dynamic of our church. Out of those 95 last week, over 20 were under 6th grade. And how cool is that? And for me personally, as a dad, it's kind of bittersweet this morning. It's hard. Little Grace was sick last night. We just got back from being out of town. We got back, we drove all night the night before and different things. And so she's not feeling well. And to have a 4-year-old crying and upset because she wants to go to church, that's like, man, you hate to see her upset. But I'm thinking, God, you have provided my family an opportunity to worship together and be together. Now, 90% of that is Kobe and 10% is Jesus. I'll take it. Okay? I'll take it. I'm 4 years old, all right? But to have a church that loves its family. And I had a guy on Facebook who made a post. And I thought as we wrap up family, this was interesting. And this topic can be controversial. People have their own ways of doing things. I'm not telling you you're right or wrong per se on how you do it. But they said something about, should you punish your teenagers, they're talking about the older kid, for not going to church? Or should you make them go to church? Should you punish them if they don't? Should you get on to them if they don't want to, as they get older and stuff like that? And I just thought, I had this thought that came across my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm going to brag on our church a little bit today as we end this series on family, because I thought about this, right? Let's all do a little survey together, okay? How many of you as parents know that you have to make your kids eat vegetables? Right? All of us, right? How many of you know you got to make your kids go to school, or you got to make your kids do things they don't want to do? So I thought, at the end of the day, yes, should you punish them? I don't know about all that, but you should make sure they go to church, right? I think that's important. You should start that as a precedent. But here's the thing. People, we are a part of a church that's not like eating your veggies. And it's not like going to school. It is a church that is exciting and has something for these kids that they want to come and be a part of, and they want to do that. So my response to the post, although I didn't actually post it, I talked to him personally about it, but I said, you know what, man? Really, you should be a part of a church. You should be part of a program to where, yeah, some Sundays where the kid wants to sleep in, yeah, of course, where this or that, but to have a place where they want to go and want to be a part of. And I've shared with y'all before, man, we have a lot of young people, from the youngest to the oldest, that don't have to come, but they want to. And just, it's so cool to be a part of this church. It just really has been awesome. And to get the focus on the family and what that means. And so